Good morning and welcome back to yet another installation of Avos journey. I've just had a lovely sleep in my lovely bed. I've not changed the bedclothes since I've got it, so I maybe need to work out if you need to change the bedclothes. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you that I've gone a little bit road crazy. I was a little bit worried when I got lost the other day, and I thought, well, maybe the best way for me to stop myself getting lost is to make sure that I've got a really good road network and I'll always be able to find myself a way home. And I think I may have gone a bit over the top, so I'm going to show you what I've done. We're just going to go for a bit of a walk. I thought the first part of this video would be good just walking. So I've made a lovely little road here that you've already seen, but I've added a nice coppice of trees on the left hand side, plenty of wood, got some birch in there as well. Good news is the torches don't set fire to the trees. So this just goes on and on and on actually, and I'm going to try and find a way of being able to walk and move along these roads perhaps a little bit quicker. I've been told a few options. I could do a nice redstone cart or something like that, but actually I'm not quite ready for redstone yet. But I am just going to walk now. And I've learned that if you double tap W on the PC, you run. You actually run. Now, I don't know if that's going to make my hunger go faster, but at the moment I don't care because you actually run. So you can see I've made a nice road there. It stops, but it won't. It will continue. And I've made a road that goes along here and it stops, but it will continue. So I'll show you the other road because I made another quite long one. Oh, I can't even drive. I made another quite long one that does a little bit of a loop so I don't get lost. So I'm going to run. Oh, I did build one here as well that takes me all the way down to the edge of this big lake. And I need to continue that a little bit because obviously it's not quite finished and there's no steps because you know how much I like my steps. So if I continue running. Oh no, that was walking. I'll run because that will save everybody time and energy except me. And then remember my road actually finished here at one point. Well, I've put it so as I've got a lovely bridge which takes me to the other side of this expanse of water. It's actually quite nice. You can see the tower there. Can you see how high that tower goes? Top of the tower is actually 145 up, so that's quite cool. It will eventually continue through that direction. I am going to join that road up at some point, but more specifically I've gone this way. That takes me round the back of this kind of cavern, I guess you could call it. Digs into the mountain. It's lovely and lit when it's night time, so I can see where I'm going, frankly, because when I was making it I couldn't see anywhere I was going, and it comes to this hole, and look, when I come up I come to the back cavern that you can see from my mountain. So that's given me a little bit of a route. I've also dug under to try and, I don't know, make like a little pool. I thought it'd be interesting. Might do something with that a little later. I've expanded this watery bit just for a little bit of decoration. And I've made the road kind of continue up all the way to the top of the mountain. And I'm back where I started. Yay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and finish off oh, I've gone too far, look at that. I'm going to try and finish off one of the other roads with you. You can see my pumpkins and my wheat is growing ever so nicely. So my road continues down here. It steps down into what will become my pool, my swimming pool, and this is another road that goes on and on and on and on, all the way through to the other side of that. And what I actually quite like, and this is what we're going to do today, is this goes down to where I was shooting cows like Katniss. Makes it nice and easy to get down this way now. And I'm just going to eat something because I'm starving. Is that because I've been running? If I run, do I get hungry quicker? I have noticed that eating melon doesn't satisfy your hunger particularly either. So what I've found here, I've got a nice little road that will continue eventually round this way, and I'll do something that goes probably around that chasm and over there, but I've got a nice dungeon there, I think, because zombies seem to spawn out of that quite nicely. I'll go and investigate that in a future video. But what I have got is this nice long tunnel that goes through this side of the mountain, and I know because I've climbed over the mountain to see what's behind it, this comes out into another biome, the plains biome, that looks like it'll be a lot easier to do maybe some monster bashing because there'll be nice open spaces, and a little bit of hunting for things like wool and pork. Now, I was just going to go straight, but as you can probably see, I've had to put steps downwards. Now, the reason for that is when I dug through this, a whole sea of water just tipped on my head, and it poured in, and I had to block it all up really quickly, and had to go down a few step levels to kind of go under the pond bit. And I tried again to go back up around about here, but that didn't work either because I was still under the water. So what I did do is I checked on the other side, and I need to kind of be around about kind of 41 high to get to the surface. I know there's a nice expanse of green around about 72 high, beg your pardon. No, there's a nice expanse of green around about 161/41, and at the moment I am 143/37, so I'm not a million miles away from it. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to do some digging to because I'm going to want to start to go up soon, in the hope that I've gone past that horrible watery grave that I very nearly made for myself. So I'm just going to keep on digging. I'm going to go along one more, and then I'm going to start my ascent. Now I'm pretty close to the surface. As you can see, if I F3 it, I am 62, and the surface is only 72, or at least the surface that I'm aware of. So what I think I'm going to do, if I just start to fill these blocks in, because I've got this obsession with making sure all my roads are cobblestone, so as I know it's a road, which is maybe a little bit daft, but you know, sue me, what can I tell you, I quite like it. So I'm going to carry on cutting in, and I'm going to start my first steps up towards the surface here, and cross my fingers that I don't end up going through to some water. So what I'm hoping is that I'm not going to, there's some dirt, so I know I'm starting to get closer to the surface. So if I put some steps here, and that will start my ascent. I'm going to go along one more. How are we doing for torches? I've been putting a torch every 5. So that needs to go there. I'll put a torch there, which is number 2. And another one opposite, which is that one there. And I'm just going to carry on digging, not with an axe. I'm going to carry on digging. And hopefully with you, I will reach the other side. So I need to just dig out so as I can place my cobblestone. Okay, so that will be my next step up there. So I'm slowly going to ascend, and then I think what I'm going to do is in a couple of blocks time, I'm just going to kind of put steps straight up. So where's my, there we go. Right, so I'm just going to start ascending now, I think that's probably best. So I need to use, right, this is where I start to get a little bit nervous. Have I got water above me? Now, a couple of times I hit gravel, and it was the gravel that caused me to obviously worry what I was doing. Let's put some more steps there, because it fell. Not my head, fortunately, because I've already worked out not to stand underneath gravel when I'm mining it. Thank you to a number of people for advising me that, because that just wouldn't have done at all. So let's get some. I didn't want to dig out that one. So get rid of that. So fine, I'm going to fill that one back in. Right, so I'm going to dig a little bit more. And I'm just going to let you watch me. I'm maybe going to stop talking just for a little bit until I actually get to where I want to go. So enjoy watching me inanely bashing away at dirt and stone blocks. This actually must be quite boring for you whilst I'm just cutting away. So I'm going to start talking again. And I reckon I'm probably quite close to getting to the surface pretty soon. And if I'm not, I don't know why not. So just carry on making steps that go up. And I think that's probably the way I want to go. So just going to step every single time now, I think. Which means that I need to... Oh, can you hear that? Does that mean like there's a dungeon nearby or something like that? That kind of growly noise. It's a little bit, I don't know, disconcerting, I guess. So I have this growly noise constantly. I assume it must mean that I'm close to something. But I'm not entirely sure what. Is it like a dungeon noise? So if someone could let me know if that's a dungeon noise, I'd be really grateful. Thank you very much in advance. So let's put my cobblestone in there. Right, I'm 3 high again. I'm starting to 3, 4, 5. Right, so I put a torch there just to light my way. Aha! And I have indeed reached the surface, which I'm rather pleased about. Now, where on the surface have I reached is the question on everybody's lips. Well, it's certainly the question on my lips. So if I continue up, it's actually night time, so I do want to be careful that I'm not going to kind of pop up and get immediately attacked by something that wants to eat my face, because no one likes their face being eaten. It's official. So where am I? And there I am in a lovely plains biome, which is great. So that's actually going to give me something to, it looks like, is that, I'm just going to have a look over here, because there's, oh, I've noticed a creeper there. Is that a horse? No, it's a rabbit and a zombie. So I think I'm going to have to start bashing things. Actually got me. Nasty, nasty, nasty thing. So I'm just going to keep bashing some things now. There's a skeleton there. With a bit of luck, I'll be able to collect some arrows. Will that give me any arrows? No. Ah, that's because I'm full. So what can I lose? Let's lose some sand. And now I've got some arrows. Something's growling at me. There it is. I'm going to have you. Oh yeah, I'm going to have you. Oh, I've got an army coming at me now. An army of zombies. just going to multitask. Who says men can't multitask? That's 2 zombies killed off there. Anything else I can have a kill at? I'm quite enjoying this killing lark. No longer scared of these zombies. Still a little bit scared of creepers, if I'm really honest. Certainly not scared of skeletons anymore, although they do... Oh, he hit me. Although they do tend to... he says, not scared of creepers anymore, and a creeper explodes behind me. Right, so I've got skeletons, I've got spider. I'm going to kill you a lot, spider. Hit him a lot, hit him a lot, hit him a lot. Oh, there's more zombies, there's more zombies, there's more zombies. There's a creeper. Oh no, oh no, my goodness. I think I'm being picked on. What happened there? No, I still didn't kill him. Oh, that got a little bit hairy then. I'd like to collect some of this stuff. There's still more zombies coming. They just keep on coming. Right, I better get some hearts back, so I'm gonna... No, I didn't want to do that. I'm just gonna sit tight until my heart... Well, I haven't got the luxury of sitting tight until my hearts come back. So I'm just gonna... Oh no, I'm hitting them with a melon. Don't hit them with a melon. Hitting things with melons doesn't work. And now I've had another creeper jump up behind me. I tell you, I'm not doing very well here. I'm going to get rid of that because that's horrible. There's a creeper coming, but I know it's coming this time. And I don't mind. I'm going to have to fill in all these holes, aren't I? So kind of these ingredients that I'm kind of sort of semi-finding here will be, I assume, much more interesting later. No, I don't want the seeds. There's the bone there, and I'm going to eat some more melon, and then my heart should start coming back. Change the sword, because if you don't change the sword, you know what's going to happen. You'll try and hit them with the melon again, and hitting them with the melon is no good. Right, so I think what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to try and fix some of this ground as well, because, or shall I just go and try and hit more stuff, because it is fun, isn't it? Let's face it. I'm going to go and hit more stuff, in a vain attempt Okay, so what did I get there? I've got... Now what would be best to have? Would it be best to have... I'm going to get rid of my melon in favour of that gunpowder, I think. So let's chuck the melon away and pick up the gunpowder. But I must remember to swap it otherwise I'll start trying to eat gunpowder, and I suspect eating gunpowder is not something that would be recommended by most dietitians. Right, I'm going to go and try and hit that. See, that is a horse. Maybe I did see a horse earlier on. That's quite cool. Horses. Right, so I'm going to... Because the arrows are actually kind of handy to be able to shoot things from a distance. You see now how capable I am with a bow, and I know you're extremely impressed with the amount of bow shooting skills that I have actually got. Things are starting to burn as the light comes up. So actually that was quite an eventful... Here comes a zombie again, look. Anything else? Want to come and have a go? What we got here? Right. Okay, I think everything that wants to kill me, or could have killed me, has now killed me. So, or at least tried to. So I'm going to leave that there, and I hope you enjoy that video. It was a little bit more exciting than I initially planned it to be, but I've got a lovely new biome, and I think in future videos we'll be exploring a little bit more. Almost certainly having made more roads, because I seem to be a little road obsessed. And look at the little bunny. Hello bunny, that's a pretty one. I will see you in another video. Please do give me the thumbs up, give it a like, maybe share my video. If you've not subscribed, please do so. And hopefully I will see you in episode 9. Bye!